Hey everybody, Toby Lillard here. In Tennessee, we got a really cold, windy day today, and I just don't feel like being out on Kentucky Lake in this. It gets pretty nasty when it's pretty windy out there, and we got a strong northwest wind coming in. So I'm down in the shop getting things ready for hopefully an upcoming tournament. With this COVID-19 going on, everything's been shut down. I know the club I fish, our tournaments are shut down and everything. Supposed to be kicking off in May though. And with that, it's that time of year that's one of my absolute favorite times of year, and it's pre-spawn, spawn. The fish are starting to move shallow. They're getting in the bushes, and I thought I'd go and make a video and show you all the five rods that I keep on my deck throughout this entire season. We'll start first with the obvious, a flipping stick. This is a Sweet Beaver on here, and I've started using Woo tungsten. And they guarantee not to chip, and I've been beating this thing around bushes and rocks and everything else on Kentucky this past week, and I haven't put a chip or scratch in it yet. So if you like your tungstens to stay dark, Woo tungsten would be a good thing to go with. But this is my flipping rig. It's a 766 flipping stick by Dobbins. It's a heavy flipping rod. I pair that with a 9.0 Revo rocket and 65-pound braid. When I'm flipping in real heavy cover, I like to use that 65-pound braid. It's a 5/0 heavy wire flipping hook. I'm not sure exactly whose that is. That might be a Hack Attack, or it could be an owner. I'm not for sure. But, get you a good heavy wire hook. Make sure you snell it. Snelling's really easy. I'll do a video a little bit later, show you how to snell a hook if you don't know how to do it. But that's number one rig, is my flipping stick. And then I always have a spinnerbait, preferably white, depending on water clarity. Prefer the combination blades this time of year, sometimes a double willow leaf. But the fish are going to be hitting this, or going to be relating to cover and feeding up on bait fish. So I like to stay with the bait fish style colors on that. Next, of course, is the Super Fluke. I love to fish a Super Fluke. It's, of course, whenever you see fish chasing bait or popping on bait, or if I see a lot of bait fish popping around, I'll start throwing a Super Fluke. And then another reel I keep. I know a lot of people don't see me throw these very often, and I don't. I'm not a big fan of the spinning reels, but they do have a place, especially this time of year. And that's a Wacky Rig. Sometimes whenever the fish are just swatting at a bait, or the water drops a little bit around here, because it's a TVA lake, so the lake levels come up and down. Water drops a little bit, I'll pull out in front of those bushes, and I'll throw a Cinco up toward the bushes, Wacky Rig it, and a lot of times the fish will be out there waiting on it, and you'll see them come up and blast that thing. It's actually a whole lot of fun. So I always have this handy on the boat. And then last but not least is a floating frog. I like to do a popping frog in the spring. I can move it a little bit slower. I prefer to have a white belly on my frog. This here is actually a Booyah. Yeah, that's a Booyah. That's one of my favorite colors. I throw a lot, and favorite type of frog. As the spawn moves on and the fish get into the guarding mode, and you start getting more into late spawn and post spawn, I'll go with a regular floating frog that doesn't have the concave mouth to it, so I can move a little bit faster and get a reaction strike out of it. But if you've never thrown a frog around a bush, you may want to try it out, especially whenever they get in the guarding mode. It's a lot of fun, really explosive strikes. And everybody that knows me, I love to throw a frog. So anywhere I can try to get bit or find a way to get bit on a frog, I'm going to try it. These are the 5 baits that I have on my rod, or on my deck, at all times throughout the spring. If you put these 5 into your arsenal and try them out, I'm sure you'll catch some fish, and hopefully cash some checks in a tournament and whatnot. Anyway, hope this helps you out, and look forward to seeing you on the water.